Maple Street, late summer, USA. A tree land in the world filled with front porch gliders, hopscotch, laughter of children, and the bell of an ice cream vendor. Maple Street. In the last calm and collected moments before the monsters came.
I got it. Okay, ready, set, go. Oh.
What was that? A meteor?
That's what it looked like. I didn't hear any crash though, did you?
No, I didn't hear anything except a roar.
What was that?
Guess it was a meteor, honey. Came awful close, didn't it?
Too close for my money. Much too close. Operator? Operator? Something's wrong with the phone. Operator? Steve? Steve, the power's off. I was cooking soup on the stove and the stove just turned off.
Same thing over here. I can't get everybody on the phone. Everybody is be dead.
Electricity's off. Can't get anything on TV. Phone won't work.
That's normal for us. Open it all.
Radio's gone dead.
I'll go through the backyard to see if the power's still on our boil suit. I'll be right back.
I don't understand it. Why would the power go off? And the phone line?
Maybe some kind of electrical storm?
That don't seem likely. The sky is just as blue as anything. Not a cloud, no lightning, no thunder, no nothing. Now how could it be a storm?
I can't get a thing on the radio. Not even the portable.
Well, why don't we run downtown and check with the police? They'll probably think we're crazy or something. Little power failure, we get all flustered and everything.
It isn't just a power failure, Charlie. If it was, we'd still be able to get a broadcast on the portable. Hey folks, I'll run downtown and we'll get this all straightened out. I don't understand. It was working fine before.
I have gas.
I just filled it.
What's it mean?
It's just as if everything had stopped. Maybe we better walk downtown.
Mr. Brand, you better not.
Why not?
They don't want you to.
Who doesn't want us to?
Them.
Them?
Who are them?
Whoever was in that thing that came by overhead.
What?
Whoever was in that thing that came over. I don't think they want us to leave.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
They don't want us to leave. That's why they shut everything off.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Now, isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard?
It's always that way. In every story I've read about a ship leaving from outer space.
Outer space yet. Sally, you better get that kid of yours to bed. He's been watching too many movies or reading too many comic books or something.
Tommy, get over here. Stop that kind of talk.
Go ahead, Tommy. It wasn't monsters or anything like that. It was just a meteor, you know? No doubt, meteors can do some crazy things. Like sunspots.
Sunspots! That's the kind of thing. They raise Cain, perception all over the world. That thing being so close, why there's no telling what it could do. You go ahead, Steve. You and Charlie go into town and see if that isn't what's causing it all.
Mr. Brand! Mr. Brand, please, don't leave here. You might not even be able to leave. It was that way in the story. Nobody could leave. Nobody except
Except who?
the people they sent ahead of them. And it wasn't until the ship landed that...
Tommy, please, don't talk about it.
Yeah, that kid shouldn't talk that way. I mean, this is so crazy. I mean, this kid tells the comic book plot. You never see him listening to him?
Go ahead, Tommy. What kind of story was this? What about the people that sent out ahead?
That was the way they prepared things for the landing. They sent 4 people ahead of them who looked just like humans, but they weren't. And they acted mostly like humans too, but there were some things off, like they got some parts wrong.
Well, then I guess the only logical thing to do here is to run a check on the neighborhood and see which ones of us are actually human.
I wonder if Fuller Street's got the same deal we got. Is it Patricia Van Horn back yet?
Can you get it started, Les?
No dice.
She got the car started somehow. She got her car started. How come her car just started up like that? It was all by itself. She wasn't anywhere near it.
And she never did come out to look at that thing that flew over her head. She wasn't even interested. Why didn't she come out to look?
She always was weird. Her and her whole family.
Weird. What do you say we ask her?
Wait a minute! Let's not be a mob.
I just don't understand it. I tried to start it, and it wouldn't start. You saw me. All of you saw me. I don't understand. I swear I don't understand. What's happening?
Maybe you better tell us. Nothing's working on the street. Nothing. No lights, no power, no radio, nothing except one car. Yours.
Wait a minute now. You keep your distance. All of you. So I've got a car that starts by itself. Well, that's a freak thing. I'll admit it. But does that make me a criminal or something? I don't know why the car works. It just does. What's it all about, Steve?
Look, we're all on a monster kick, Les. It seems that the general impression holds that one of us isn't who they say they are. Monsters from outer space, aliens from the vast beyond. No one that might fit that description around here on Maple Street.
What is this, a prank? This a practical joke or something? Now that's supposed to occur to me, huh? The car engine goes on and off. Doesn't it? Look, I don't know why the car works. Any more than any of you do. We lived here for 5 years, right in this house. We're no different from any of the rest of you. We're no different at all, really. This whole thing is just strange.
Well, if that's the case, let's explain why.
Explain what?
Look, let's forget
No,
this.
let her talk. What about it? Explain what?
Well, sometimes I'll go to bed late, and a couple of times, I'll come out on the porch and I see Leslie Goodman standing on her porch, looking at the stars. Yeah, that's right. Standing on her porch, looking at the stars, as if she were waiting for something, as if she were looking for something.
She's making it up. Please, I can't explain that. Oh, look, she's making it up anyway. I'm telling you, she's making it up!
It just doesn't seem right though. Keeping watch on them? Why, I've known Ethel Goodman ever since she's moved in. I think she was right when she said that she was one of our neighbors. We've been good friends.
That don't prove a thing. Someone who can spend their time looking up at the stars? There's something wrong with that kind of person. Someone that just ain't legitimate. Maybe under normal circumstances, he look over it. But these aren't normal circumstances. I mean, look at this street. Nothing but candles. Like going back to the dark ages or something.
Just stay where you are, Steve. We don't want any trouble. But if anybody sets foot on my porch, that's just what they're gonna get. Trouble.
Look, Les.
I've already explained to people. I don't sleep well at night sometimes. I go outside and I look at the sky. I look at the stars.
That's exactly what she does. Why this whole thing? It's like some kind of madness or something.
That's exactly what it is. Some kind of madness.
You best watch who you're seeing with, Steve. Until this is all over, you ain't exactly above suspicion yourself.
Or you, Charlie. Or any of us, it seems. From a date on up.
What I'd like to know is, what are we gonna do? Just stand around here all night?
There's nothing else we can do. One of them looked at their hand. They got to.
There's something you can do, Charlie. You can go home, quit strutting around like some self-appointed judge, climb into bed and forget it.
You sound real anxious to have that happen, Steve. Maybe we should keep an eye on you, too.
I think everything might as well come out now. Steve, your wife's done plenty of talking about how odd you are.
Go ahead. What'd she say?
Go ahead. What's my wife saying? Let's get it all out now, right? Let's pull out every little idiosyncrasy of every man, woman, and child on the street. Then we're supposed to some Set up some type of citizen's court, maybe a firing squad at dawn, Charlie, to get rid of the suspects. Narrow them down. Make it easier for you.
Look, there's no need getting so upset, Steve. It's just that, well, Myra's talked about how there's been plenty of nights, there's been hours down in your basement working on some kind of radio or something. None of us have ever seen that radio.
Yeah. What kind of radio set you working on? I haven't seen it. Neither does anyone else here. Who do you talk to? Who talks to you?
I'm surprised at you, Charlie. Why are you so dense all of a sudden? Who do I talk to? I talk to aliens from outer space. I talk to three-headed green men that fly over here and won't look like meteors.
Steve, please. It's just a ham radio set, that's all. I got him a book on it for Christmas. That's all it is. It's a ham radio set. It's down in the basement. I can show you.
Show them nothing! I want to look through our house. Let me go and find a search warrant.
Look, buddy, you can't afford to.
Charlie! Don't be telling me who's dangerous and who isn't. And who's safe and who's a menace. And you're with them. All of you. You're all here set to crucify, all set to find a scapegoats. All desperate to point a finger at a neighbor. Let me tell you something. The only thing that's going to happen is we're going to eat each other up alive.
That's not the only thing that can happen.
It's the monster! It's the monster!
We may need this.
A gun? A gun will you people wise up for a second? Will you people speak a thought? Look at what a gun do against...
Enough talk, Steve. You talk us into a grave. You let whatever out there walk right over us, wouldn't you? Well, some of us won't.
It's Patricia Van Horn.
Patricia! She was just gonna go over the next block to see if the power was off.
You killed her, Charlie! You shot her dead!
Oh, but I didn't know who he was. I certainly didn't know who she was. I didn't know. Please, Steve, you know why I shot. Someone's walking out in the dark. I didn't know it was somebody that we knew. Please, I was just trying to protect my home. All of you, that's just what I was trying to do. Please, I didn't know who she was.
Charlie, the lights just went on in your house. Why did the lights just go on?
That's what I'd like to know. You were so quick to kill Charlie, and so quick to tell us who we had to be careful of. Maybe you had to kill. Maybe Patricia there has found out something and came back to tell us who there was amongst us we should watch out for.
It's nothing of the sort. What is this? Some kind of prank?
A prank? A prank! Charlie, there's a dead woman lying on the sidewalk and you killed her. This thing looks like a prank to you?
No. Please.
It must have been him!
He's the one.
We got to get Charlie!
No, it wasn't me. I tell you it wasn't me. But I know who it is. I know who doesn't belong here. I know who the monster is. I tell you I know.
All right, Charlie, let's hear it then.
It's...
Go on, Charlie. Tell us.
It's the kid! It's Tommy!
What? That's crazy! It's just a boy!
But he knew. He was the only one. He told us all about it. Remember, he knew. Seriously. Make the kid answer.
Who told him?
How did he know?
It isn't the kid. It's Bob Weaver's house.
It isn't Bob Weaver's house. It's still in Marcus Place.
I tell you it's the kid! It's
Understand the procedure now? Just stop a few of their machines, radios, telephones, and televisions. Throw them into darkness for a few hours, and all we have to do is sit back and watch the pattern.
And the pattern is always the same?
With few variations, they pick the most dangerous enemy they can find, which is themselves, and all we have to do is sit back and watch.
And I take it this Maple Street isn't good.
By no means. The world is full of maple sweets, and we'll go from one to the other and let them destroy themselves. One to the other. One to the other. One to the other.
Tools of conquest do not necessarily come with bombs, explosions, and fallout. Their weapons are simply thoughts, attitudes, prejudices to be found only in the minds of men. For the record, prejudice can kill and suspicion can destroy. For the frightened search for a scapegoat has its fallout all its own for the children, and the children yet unborn. And the pity of this is that these things cannot be confined to the Twilight Zone.